So, y'all, welcome to the show. I'm Lemar. That's LJ. What the hell are we talking about today?
All right, so first off, we're going to talk about Tiger Woods. I'm not a fan of his, but he won his first Masters in 11 years. I think you ought to test his blood because he may be back on that stuff that he was on before,
Hmm.
uh,
Allegedly.
allegedly. But yeah, I guess people are falling all over themselves congratulating him. I will never, ever, ever forget when he got in a bunch of trouble. And, he was getting beat up by his ex-wife and getting arrested for DUIs. He sat there in front of TV cameras and said yeah, he's Asian. So like he
Hmm.
completely you know tried to separate himself from his blackness. So I to be honest, he doesn't deserve our support.
Hmm.
If he wants to be just Asian, even though his mother didn't have him out there on Dick Cavett show hitting balls and have him out there hitting balls anywhere. His mother wasn't out here hugging him when he won his first Masters. His father was doing that. Eldridge Eldridge Senior was the one doing that. But you want to divorce yourself for being black because I guess it's more convenient for you to be Asian. But all right, well, you do you, son. Don't care about your victory. I hope you never will win again. uh, so there you have it. Tiger won. Whoop de fucking do.
All right. So I did not know that he did that. I know he never necessarily claimed that he was, the black side. I didn't know he dissociated himself from it. So I didn't know that. But that being said, it was a cool story for me. At the time, I was just like, all right. Like I didn't, I so not pay attention to golf that I didn't even know the Masters was last weekend. I just happened to see that. I think on Saturday he was tied for second. I was like, oh damn, Tiger's right there, and I was like, whatever. And I didn't think nothing of it. And then I just happened to watch. I was watching something, and then I saw at the bottom that Tiger Woods was leading, and I was so I turned to it for a second, and they showed, and he just so happens he was up there. He's about to knock in a putt or whatever. So I so I watched for a second, then it went to somebody else. I didn't pay no attention to it no more. I was just like, all right. And then I got an update on my phone. Tiger Woods won. I was like, okay. Everybody's cheering, and he's hugging his son, and everybody's happy for him. Everybody's embracing and this and that. And I'm like, okay, good for him. I was happy for him. Whatever. I wasn't as big on it as everybody else was. I wasn't to your level either. Like I was happy for him, but but I also didn't have the information that you had. But but either way, I really don't let those things bother me that much anymore to the point where I root against people. I just don't care anymore. Like it's
I
whatever. It doesn't
care.
affect my life one
That,
way or
that,
another. I
well,
understand it.
if to be honest, it doesn't affect anybody's life. But like, I'm not going to cheer for you.
Right.
So like, I
But
don't
I
have to cheer.
understand. I
You know what I'm
understand
saying?
your
Like,
thinking, and I don't have a problem with it. I just don't
I
care
have a
enough.
major problem with somebody who like I'm kind of tired of everyone, black or white, who take advantage of our community and then shit
Yeah.
on us whenever they see fit.
Right.
And I don't think that we should support them. So to me it's a little bit more serious. If I find out that you did something like that, then I don't have to support you. So like everything you do, I don't have to support you. I'll just turn my back on you. You turn your back on me, I'll turn my back on you. It's just that way. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm I'm not going to ignore it because it's convenient for me to ignore it. Like it's not convenient for me to ignore it. That's saying a message to anyone else who thinks they can do the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Then everyone comes in, they can do whatever they want to the black community. They can shit on us. They can say this or say that because it's not convenient for them. So no, like you don't get my support. Like and black people should, you know what I'm saying? Like if you do that, you all black people should do the same thing. Like um, fuck you. You know what I'm saying? Like every community does it, but I don't know why is it when black people do it, there's a problem. You know what I'm saying? If he would have come out and say something against Jews, then he would be ostracized.
Mhm.
He would never, ever, ever, ever come back from that. Ever. That would be it for him. But you can say something about black people and it's okay. So, and people ignore it. We're just going to go on with our lives because it doesn't mean anything. It means something. And the way, when we start making it mean something, then they're just going to feel like they can do whatever they want. So, I'm going to make it mean something. Fuck him. Fuck Hulk Hogan. Fuck any, fuck Nick Bosa.
Nick Bosa. What did he do?
Oh, you didn't hear about Nick Bosa? He's gonna be your guy in a couple weeks. Next week.
You know, I think you did tell me. What did he do again?
Oh, he's a big time
MAGA Trump supporter or something.
Big MAGA guy. Hates Colin Kaepernick. He, you know what I'm saying? Like he's one of those MAGA assholes. So he's gonna be on your team really soon. That's not gonna affect his draft stock, but you know, Colin Kaepernick, he's not gonna play in the league because you know he's Colin Kaepernick and he did something so wrong. But you know they're gonna draft Nick Bosa, and I hope he breaks his fucking leg.
Ouch! All right. Okay, I do. It's all coming back to me now. I do remember this conversation. All right, because I remember you saying something like that before. He was like, I hope he does go to the 49ers so I can root against him. I'm starting to remember it all now. But yeah. Time out. Time out. Okay. Yeah.
Hi!
He said hi. Alright, you ready?
Ready?
Yeah. Alright, so yeah, I mean back to Tiger, yeah, look, you're 100% right. Like I can't even disagree with that. It's just something in me that just doesn't it's just not, you know, affecting me the way it affects you. So I don't know, but you're 100%. You're 100%. It's 100% fair. What you're saying, it's 100% right. But I don't know. I don't know. I just don't. It just doesn't affect me the same way for whatever reason. But he's like 3 majors back from Jack Nicklaus now, and
I hope he never gets it too.
Huh?
I hope he never gets it too. And Jack Nicholson could be a Klan member, but I'm not saying he is.
Jack Nicklaus.
Jack Nicholson, whatever. Same thing, same difference. Jack Nicklaus could be a Klan member for all I care. I hope Tiger Woods never gets anything ever. Fuck him and fuck his kids.
Ouch.
Everyone looks like it.
All right. So yeah, I guess we can move on from that then. There's nothing else.
Can we?
There's nothing else to say then. All right, so we'll move on to basketball. So this is the thing. Like this is like I'm still trying to comprehend this. Like so, Sacramento Kings fired their coach Dave Yeager or whatever his name is, right?
It's like Yeager.
Yeah. So they fired him. They were ninth in the West, in a very difficult West. They have a bunch of young players. Nobody, like I don't even know most of the players. I know Marvin Bagley, and I know the other guy that he drafted last year, and I can't remember his name right now.
Oh, De'Aaron Fox. Yeah, Marvin Bagley, De'Aaron Fox, and they have Tyson Chandler Jr. What's his face? The tall.
Tyson Chandler Jr.
the tall guy. I forgot the guy. They drafted. He was a center out of Kentucky. He's not really doing anything. They got another light-skinned center.
Oh, Cully Stein or whatever?
Yeah, Willie Cully Stein.
Yeah, so they got a bunch of young players, and they're not supposed to be, like, they're still supposed to be rebuilding. There's not supposed to be that good of a team yet. Yet they were almost a playoff team this year with that really young team in a tough West, and they decided to fire their coach, right? That was the big, I was just like, what? And now what I was hearing was that they did that because he didn't want to start Marvin Bagley for a long time because I don't know why. I'm guessing maybe Bagley wasn't playing up to the coach's standards maybe, but for a long time he didn't start him even when he started playing well. So they fired him because of that. I heard that was one of the reasons. So that's the only real reason I heard that. I didn't really hear anything else besides that. And then the other thing is, like, they went and signed Luke Walton. Like, what makes him better than the guy that y'all had? You know what I mean? Like,
Well, for what I heard, Vlade Divac was behind the scenes, like getting a bunch of power for himself in that organization. He wanted to fire this person because this person was doing this, and he wanted to do. This is Vlade Divac's moves. I think he's the GM, right? Or is he the
yeah,
president?
he's the GM. He's definitely GM. Maybe the president, but he just got a 4-year extension also.
Yeah, he did that for himself. I was getting a bunch of. I would say I was following Andrew. What was it? Wojnarowski, whatever the guy's
Adrian
name is.
Wojnarowski.
Yeah, I was following him, and I was getting a whole bunch of tweets from him at the same time, saying like he's consolidating power by himself, and he was going to fire this guy because this guy didn't believe in him, and he was going to hire his own guy. His own guy would be Luke Walton. I don't know why Luke Walton keeps getting all these chances. He survived almost three GMs in LA. You know what I'm saying? Like, he didn't get anything done. He didn't make his team any better. Like, the only thing he has to his credit is, like, he didn't let the ship go down when Steve Kerr had bad back a couple seasons ago with Golden State.
That's what got him out there in the first place. That's what got his name out there in the first place.
Yeah, and, he that the Knicks almost got him too.
Really?
Remember, he was interviewing with the Knicks.
He did, yeah.
Yeah, the Knicks almost got him, but he just decided to go to the Lakers because he's a West Coast guy.
He's a Laker. Like, he played there, So
yeah, and that's a better franchise at the time than the Knicks. Now I think we're not even. But yeah, like I don't know why he got the job. I guess it's because Vlade Divac feels like he can. That's his guy. So.
But why is it his guy? Like, what connection do they have?
Well, they both were Lakers. That's about it.
But that was like two different eras.
Well, they weren't Lakers. We weren't Lakers at the same time.
Right, there were two different eras. It's two different eras, so I don't understand.
You know what I'm saying? Because Vlade Divac was traded for Kobe.
yeah. Like, he played more in Charlotte. He played more in Charlotte and Sacramento than he did in LA. So.
Well, he had more of his. I would say he had success in LA when he played with Magic and Magic.
Yeah, they lost to the Bulls in the championship. He was the starter. He was the starting center.
Yeah, he was the starting center. Yeah.
Move a little closer to the mic, or move your mic up or something. I can't hear you that well.
Can you hear me now?
There you are. Oh, what's up, yo?
Yeah.
But yeah. So I don't understand, and like you said, Not that I think Luke Walton's a terrible coach. I mean, because he was coach, but he hasn't proven to be a good coach yet. Like the only time things were looking well was before the LeBron injury for Luke Walton. Before that, they were in third place, about to move up to second, and then LeBron got hurt, and then things went downhill from there. But outside of that, there's nothing. Like, he was trending down, and the coach that the Kings had, Jaeger, was trending up. Like they were the ninth. They were almost in the playoffs. So I didn't understand that. Like, it's just very confusing.
Yeah, I don't get it either. But that's how the league is. And how is Dave Jaeger as a coach? Is he going to sit out for a year? Because I have a sneaking suspicion that we're not going to have Fitzdale after next year.
You think so? You don't think so?
I don't think that. I think that they're going to wind up firing him after next year.
I think it depends on what kind of offseason we have this year. If we put together a good team, I think we'll be fine. You know what I mean? If some of these rumors are true, if we get Zion, if we get Durant, I don't think he's going anywhere. But if we have to go another year where we're gonna have to keep waiting for another star player or something, then it's possible.
Is this his first year, right?
This is his first year, yeah.
Okay, all right. So it's only been two. It's only going to be 2 years. He'll get 3. You know what I'm saying? After this off season, you know what I'm saying? Like, and say if everything happens that we want to happen. Say we get, say besides, if we don't get like Kevin Durant, if we would get Zion and you know, maybe maybe we if we get Klay Thompson, that'd be good too.
That'd be great.
But there's Rhonda's calling me.
So unprofessional.
Hold on.
All right. So what were we saying?
We were talking about Fitzdale. Fizdale.
Okay. Right, Fizdale. Yeah. Yeah. I don't think he's gonna get fired anytime soon. I think it does depend on who we get. Depends on how next season goes. Because if we're going through another season of rebuilding, then anything could happen. Then if he would have to, they would have to be all in on just trying to win as many games as they can, even with the roster. You know what I mean? And they can't we just can't tank again. You know what I mean? We just can't keep tanking. So like next year, we would have to just try to win games and but just don't. But I mean, it's and still not get these bad contracts. Like, don't sign no contracts that we're gonna regret. You know what I mean? Just because we didn't get the big fish this year. Like, if anything,
yeah. Like that's what I would suggest. Don't just sign anybody because you didn't. Don't do a Stoudemire signing
right.
because you didn't get LeBron. You know what I mean? Like we're not going to do that again. You know what I'm saying? You got to learn from old mistakes. Switching off of the Knicks right now, we can go to Toronto. Who's currently
same old Raptors.
Well, I can't say it's the Raptors. It's fucking the point guard, man. Like, what's going on with this guy?
Dude.
He is 0 for 7. Like, what's wrong with him?
Yeah, Kyle Lowry. He is a, when it comes to playoffs, he is just a bum. He's just trash. He goes from a above average player to just trash during the playoffs. Like he's. I think
it has to be a mental thing because you don't have runs like this during the season.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like you don't have these runs. So like it kind of has to be. I think it has to be like a mental thing. I think that he's just so used to playing a certain way, and then it just has a fucking mental block when the playoffs come around. So
some people just aren't built for the postseason. Like cats like Harden. Harden struggles in the postseason because he can't get away with all that bullshit that he does in the regular season. They let a lot of physical shit go. And
but he had a great game the other night. He almost had triple double.
Well, he can get through the first round. He'll be all right. but as the playoffs go on, like he's been better the past year or two. Like, but it still comes. And last year, I would say for the most part he was good. Even late, even against Golden State, even late. But that game 7, him and everybody on that team just really shit the bed. Now I know Chris Paul was out, but they just went like 0 for 22 from 3-point range or something like that at one point. Like they just fucking just. Well, the
same thing
down.
happened to Curry. Same thing happened to Curry when he was same thing happened to Curry like a couple nights ago. Actually,
time out for 1 second. Time out.
I'm leaving. There's one of my cookies.
Huh? Are you leaving now? Okay. Yeah. Same thing happened to Curry.
Same thing happened to Curry where he just he just couldn't hit a 3 to save his life in the closing minutes, and people were starting to say maybe Curry's not really that clutch.
Yeah. It took him a minute.
But you know what I'm saying? But he's gotten away with that for 10 years.
Well, he's fine now. I mean, I think for the most part, like he got over that about 2 years ago. Pretty much ever since the 3-1 comeback. After that, he's been pretty good in the playoffs as far as shooting. He still did everything else pretty well, but as far as shooting, he was bad. But I think he finally made the adjustment, and he's fine now. Like he's a proven champ, and he's been a champ so many times.
Well, he's fine now because he got Kevin Durant.
Plus, he got Durant. That certainly takes a lot of pressure off you. That definitely helps.
It is. And speaking of Durant, we had this conversation a little bit earlier, but Kevin Durant is getting his clock clean by I say
Patrick
clock
Beverly.
cleaned, right? Patrick Beverly. Patrick Beverly is a point guard. Okay, he's a defensive guy. He's a point guard, but Kevin Durant is damn near a foot taller than him, and he's getting in Kevin Durant's ass. Kevin Durant cannot do anything against this guy because Kevin Durant is weak minded. If we I think we can all put that to rest now.
Yeah,
That's going to be his legacy. He'll never be better than LeBron. You know what I'm saying? LeBron has his faults, but this guy is weak minded. And everything points to that. Him leaving a team that could have beat Golden State, going to Golden State, that's weak.
that was weak.
Him making the funniest thing, him making that troll account just to defend himself on social media.
What was that, Instagram?
On Instagram or Twitter. I think it was Twitter.
Okay.
Yeah, making a fake Twitter account just to defend himself and pump himself up. I think Kevin Durant's a pretty good guy.
Yeah, that was bad. That was really bad. And then, and just a constant crying in the media about every little thing. He was doing this back in Oklahoma City where their media is like soft. They don't have a media in Oklahoma City compared to anywhere else. It's a little small town. They don't criticize him. They praise him. They said one bad thing about him and they had to apologize because he was so upset over it. Can you imagine the media apologizing for something that they said? The media doesn't do that. They have to apologize to him.
Yeah, because that's a small town. They wanted to keep him there. We don't want to be the guy that got rid of Kevin Durant, but he's going to leave anyway. And the rumors of him coming to New York, what in his right mind will make him come to New York? And these reporters don't give a flying fuck about your feelings.
Oh, they got the New York media will eat him up.
The New York media will eat him up. I think Alan Hahn will eat him up.
Wally Zerbiak will eat him up.
Speaking of being eaten up, there's a little bit of a Twitter beef going on between Doug Gottlieb and Stephon Marbury.
Okay, yeah, we'll get back. We'll get back to that. I want to stay on this Golden State thing because we got a couple things here. All right, so what we didn't mention yet was Golden State was up 31 the other night against the Clippers at home, and they blew it. And Durant was he only took 8 shots, and he had 9 turnovers, and he fouled out at the end, all mostly because of Beverly getting in his head. You can't in the first game they both got thrown out because he's letting Beverly get in his head, but the game was already over. Golden State already had it well in hand. But I'm what is the problem, Durant? Just you're punching down right now. Just ignore this guy. Just get the ball and attack him, and then nothing else. Don't say nothing. You ain't even got to respond to him. Remember when Lance Stevenson blew in LeBron's ear? LeBron didn't say a word. LeBron just bust his ass more. He was mildly annoyed by him, and he didn't even engage. He just played his game, and all of a sudden they went away. You know what I mean? But Durant is punching down. Why are you acknowledging this guy? Just don't even talk to him. Just get the ball and attack him. Just get the ball and just destroy him. Get the ball and just shoot right over him. I don't care how much he's and when you watch and when I'm watching it, he's all up on Durant, and Durant's just trying to pass the ball off. I'm he shouldn't be hurt. He shouldn't be affecting you that much, even physically. Maybe even if he's stronger than you, just shoot right over him.
Or shoot over him and put him in foul trouble. If he's getting all up in you, flop. You know what I'm saying? That. If there's one situation where you can flop and nobody will say a fucking thing about it, it's that situation where he's getting all up in you and where he's touching you. Jump up in the air, put your balls in his fucking mouth and fall around because you just fall down. Just be oh man, he hurt me. You know what I'm saying? Complain to the ref and keep shooting your free throws, shoot your 3-pointers, leave him in foul trouble. You know what I'm saying? He's been in this league for 12 seasons. 12 seasons. You're a veteran. you about to who's about to leave his prime. Why are these young, well, not even younger? Why are these guys getting in your head? Like you should
These
know the
role
tricks of the trade
players,
by now.
like a role player,
He's a
should
role
not be getting
player.
in your head. And another sign of weakness is he was flopping in the first game, right? And then Patrick Beverly started mocking him. He was like, because Patrick Beverly was like,
Yeah,
he was like, "That's what you
the
doing,"
clip.
and then Durant smiling about it and laughing about it. But then Durant,
Ignore him.
But then Durant stopped flopping. Durant stopped trying to draw those type of fouls. He just whenever he did get fouled, he would just look at the ref, but he wasn't like actually trying to sell the fouls anymore because Beverly clowned him for it. So I'm like, you let him get in your head, like you let him take you out of what you were doing. Like you were trying to draw fouls. If you want to be extra physical, you should be trying to draw fouls on him because he is being overly physical. And as long and if you like, and now granted, Beverly also fouled out in that game the other night. Like the game 2 where they came back, they both fouled out. So game 1 they both got thrown out, but in game 2 they both fouled out. But still, I'm like, just like this should not be happening. And the other thing I want to talk about with the Golden State game, of course they blew the lead very early in the game. DeMarcus Cousins tore his quad. And and I was trying to laugh or try to be like sound cruel, but I was just looking like, well, that's basically the basketball god speaking right there. Like, you want to come over there and try to get a cheap ring? Now go sit on the bench and get your ring from over there. Like the basketball gods have spoken.
He won't get any of that money, so that's pretty much it. Like
Yeah.
he's DeMarcus Cousins is about 26, 27 years old, something like that. He's not going to get that big contract. When you're a big man and you tear your ACL, your Achilles, and then tear your quad, you're officially an injury-prone player. All right,
right. He's fucked.
You know what I'm saying? That's it. This is your contract year 2,
and then
you decided out of your own stupid fucking brain to think like, hey, I'm going to sign a $5 million deal and get a ring. Like, how much is that ring going to be worth now?
Exactly. And now, granted, they said he could be back for the final. They say he may be back in time for the finals, but
he's not going to get that money. I'm talking about the money.
Right.
Like, the most important thing is the money.
Yeah.
You're not going to get that $20 or $30 million contract that he would have gotten last season. Or maybe he would have gotten like he would have got 20. He would have got 20 million. I think he would have got 20 million a season if he would have signed with like Dallas or I don't think they have money.
No, maybe the Lakers might have to resort to signing him.
Yeah,
I don't know how much they're gonna sign him for, but he might be. It might be like he might be like their only option because nobody's going there.
Yeah, like if I'm him, I'm signing with the Lakers. But the Lakers are like, okay, this guy's hurt. Like you have to prove that you're healthy. So right now, the playoffs could be your auditioning stage. Okay,
Right.
this guy's been injured. If they get to the finals, let's see how he comes back.
Right.
And why would the Lakers sign to a long-term deal? You could have got a long-term deal last year.
Yeah. Yeah, he waited like 2 weeks and was like, oh, nobody signed me. I'm gonna go to Golden State. Like you had still a whole like 2 months of free agency to go, and you said and you just try to justify signing a $5 million deal with the Warriors because nobody you ain't even wait 2 whole weeks before you came to that conclusion. Like, come on now. Like,
well, that's his problem. Like. He didn't want to stay with New Orleans, and I don't blame him. Nobody wants to play for that team.
right.
He could have went anywhere. He could have went to Orlando. I don't know, but like someplace like Charlotte or maybe Houston. Who knows? But he could have signed a long-term deal with somebody. Maybe he would have went to Milwaukee. Think of how good they'd be if he went to Milwaukee.
Yeah. I mean, somebody would have came around and signed him. Somebody would have got desperate, and somebody's gonna get desperate this summer. But I think his price definitely went down though, with 2 years in a row of getting an injury. So I don't know. He
should have pulled a John Wall, sign that big $40 million a year contract, and and then slip in the shower and tear his ACL.
Yeah, like I know that Washington is. I know they are pissed.
I'm so glad we didn't trade for that guy.
His contract is still ain't start yet. His new extension. It starts next season. So he's gonna be making like $40 million. But he's starting out making 40. But the last couple of years he's gonna be making $45 million. I'm like, fuck. Oh, goodness.
And they're gonna put his jersey in the Raptors too.
You think so? Yeah, they probably will. What else they got to do over there? They ain't got nothing else to do. Him and Bradley Beal probably get their name in the Raptors. If Bradley Beal don't get traded,
Bradley Beal's not gonna be there.
Yeah, but he got to get traded too because I think he's got a couple years left of his contract.
Yeah, John Wall's gonna be there. I think Bradley Beal's gonna be.
Yeah, nobody gonna touch John Wall. He's stuck there for the next 5 years.
And I think he was one of those guys who wanted to leave too.
Mm-hmm.
Before his injury, I actually wanted him to play for him.
Yeah, I was never that big on John Wall.
Like he was a good scorer and passer. You know what I'm saying? He didn't dominate the ball, so I had no issue with having him.
Yeah, scratch that. There was a small period a few years ago that I kind of wanted him, but for the most part, I was never that big on him because one, he's never been a good jump shooter, even though like he's fast as shit. He reminds me of a lesser Westbrook. You know what I mean? Like he can fly up and down the floor. He passes the ball. He's probably more of a passer than Westbrook. Because Westbrook passes, but only if he's getting the assist. Like
he'll scream at you until you shoot.
Yeah, fucking shoot it. But they're down 2-0. By the way, they still got to play at home though.
Yeah, well, I was going to go to Oklahoma City and Portland. I think that Damian Lillard has passed Westbrook at this point.
I always kind of liked him. I always liked him better anyway.
But I'm talking about like it should be in the eyes of other sports fans too.
Right.
I think that Damian Lillard is just like I don't care that Westbrook does that triple double because guess what? It means nothing because it's like it's not really the course of the game. He's like his teammates are helping him get those stupid
right,
stats.
and he's setting out to get it. Like I don't care if you're setting out to get that every game, then you know it's not that special. So
it's not really that special because like it's not about winning; it's about stats. You know what I'm saying? You look at his stats, and that's how I see him. So like, I'm pretty down on him. Like he's not efficient, and plus he's having a really bad postseason. Like he's shooting 10% from 3-point.
Oh my god! I don't even know why he still shoots them so much. Like,
but he'll just keep doing it, and nobody will say a fucking thing to him.
He's such an idiot. Like, why would you? If you're that bad at it, why would you keep hoisting so many up? I can see if you're wide open and you hoist him up every now and then, but he's just so stupid. like stop taking shots that you're not good at hitting. Like, and he's not even a good free throw shooter this year, and you're gonna start taking a bunch of threes. Like, get your free throw shooting together. Like he's shooting. They say he was shooting worse than DeAndre Jordan this year.
Yeah, he was.
I'm like, you got to be kidding me.
What you go? You're supposed to be an elite point guard. You know what I'm saying? Like elite point guards usually average. Remember back when we were growing up, elite point guards were the best.
Yeah, they were like 90%ers. Like right.
Yeah.
Like now, I don't expect that from him, but I expect. At least in the 70s.
I expect 80. No,
I expect
80.
No, being that he's not a good shooter, period. He's never been a good outside shooter. 75 or better would have been fine for me. I mean, but since he's never been that. But like when you're in the 60% range and when you're like you said 10% from 3-point range, like stop shooting from the outside. What's the matter with you? Just go dominate the paint. Like you can't be stopped going to the basket. Just fucking go to the basket.
Yeah, that's what he's good at, going to the basket.
Until you develop a jump shot, like Derrick Rose finally did.
Well, like that was never Allen Iverson's problem. You know what I'm saying? Like I would, even though they don't have the same game, Iverson and Westbrook, because Westbrook is way more athletic. Mm-hmm. Iverson didn't force shots where he didn't have.
Well, he didn't shoot a very high percentage either, but it wasn't nothing like this.
Well, he didn't shoot a high percentage because he was
He
always
took a
going
lot
in
of
the
shots.
paint.
He took a lot of the shots. Right.
Yeah, he took a lot of shots, and he was going in the paint and getting destroyed by people.
Yeah. Yeah.
Back when they could do that,
Right.
now they can't. Now they cannot do that. So
Right.
I think that if Iverson was around today, if he came, Iverson came in this league 10 years too early.
Yeah.
If he would have came in this league now, Iverson would be the best point guard in the league. He'd be up there with Steph Curry.
Yeah.
He'd be better than Westbrook.
Yeah, because I mean, he would definitely fit in with what point guards do nowadays. So, and his percentage would probably be a lot better because he can't get beat up as much. So
Yeah, actually, his game reminds me more of like Kyrie Irving, except
right.
he can't shoot like Kyrie.
Yeah, and I mean, and another problem with Iverson was he wasn't like he played hard, but he didn't practice hard, and he didn't dedicate. He wasn't dedicated to the game like
He was
you
just
would want
really
him
good
to.
at it. You know what
Right,
I'm
he was
saying?
just
Like,
good at it, and he left his heart out on the floor. I'll give him that. Like he played hard as hell, and he had a lot of
yeah,
heart.
but he was never a student of the game.
Right.
He didn't really care. You know what I'm saying? Like it wasn't like he played on his off time. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like he didn't go to a park and play for fun because he was doing other things.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like he was getting in trouble doing other bullshit instead of focusing on like the actual game. You know what I'm saying? Like and like I heard before the season, like maybe he would play like a couple pickup games just to get himself in shape. But he was just always the same. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that kind of he had a great career as a Hall of Famer.
He was just like a hood dude from the block type of mentality. That's just what he did. But he made it. You know what I mean? Like there's a lot of stories of cats like him that just don't make it because they rather not play. They just rather do other shit. He made it and still was like that. You know what I mean? Like he just didn't dedicate. He like you say, he wasn't a student of the game. He didn't take care of his body like he should. He was just really good at basketball, and he was emotional and people loved him. But he just didn't take the game the way.
Yeah, he didn't take the game
enough.
very seriously. Outside of the, like he didn't do the other things. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? All the little things that like maybe Kobe did or LeBron did.
Right.
Like that, I don't see anybody more dedicated to the game than LeBron James.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like that dude is dedicated. Like
Yeah.
that. If you want to take anything away from LeBron, like he spends $1 million just in his body
Right.
every year.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like he puts himself through it. And Kobe did the same thing. Michael Jordan, he did some things, but he had life outside of basketball,
Right.
but he was just really good at it. And
Right.
you know what I'm saying? Like he did the right things, but
Right.
I didn't see him.
Well, I heard that his work ethic was crazy too. He also smoked cigars and shit like that. But
Yeah, that's what
I
I'm
also
saying.
heard that
Every time I think about him smoking cigars.
right.
Like,
But he
these
also
guys didn't do that.
But he also trained as hard as a lot of as anybody too. From what I heard that he was dedicated to improving, working on his body, and in terms of like remember when Detroit used to beat him up, he had to bulk up
Yeah,
to make
he
sure
bulked up.
you know what I mean. He did what was necessary.
Before that, he was like 6'6", 190 or something like that. After that, he was like 6'6", 215.
Right.
He put on like 20 pounds of muscle.
Yeah. he definitely did what he needed to do to get where he needed to go. So Zion finally declared for the draft. We could
Speaking of people who dedicate their bodies to this shit.
All right, so we're back again. We have like another fucking glitch in the matrix.
Fuck Skype. Fuck AOL. Fuck
AOL.
Fuck Time Warner. If you're down with Time Warner, fuck you too. Fuck Tiger Woods.
Alright, so we was about to talk about Zion. So yeah, he finally declared for the draft. We can rest easy now. Now we just gotta hope that we get the pick now.
I was hearing from Nick Wright that he needs to slim down a little bit. I'm like, why?
Well, that he's not the first person that said it. I don't like. For what I'm hearing,
His body is what his body is. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know why he would need to slim down unless like unless like you think it's going to cause him problems with his stamina. But as
I,
far as his athleticism, like he's bulky and muscular because that's just what he is. And plus, like he to be honest, he doesn't really need all that muscle because he doesn't play post up. You know what I'm saying? That's not his game.
he's done sometime, but he's not gonna probably play as much in the NBA. But part of the reason why I think is they don't want him, because I think carrying all that weight around could result in injuries in the long run. That's probably why they want him to at least shave some of that off. And I can see that. I can understand that. But he wasn't the first person that said it. I've been hearing that from a lot of people saying that when he gets to the NBA, he's got to tone it down some. Not much, but tone it down so he won't be carrying around so much weight. Like, and since he's so athletic, like let's just hope his body holds up. But yeah, 285, 6'6", 285. That's big. So
Well, that's the same as Julius Pepper. So there you go.
yeah. But he's not like jumping up and down, dunking, and you know what I mean. He doesn't. I think for a football player, it's not quite as bad. For a basketball player, that's constantly running back
That's
and
actually
forth,
Gronk.
and
You know what I'm saying? Like that's maybe a couple pounds heavier than Gronk, but
yeah,
you know.
and he does get hurt a lot. Not so you know, but I don't know. I guess we'll just have to wait and see how that turns out because I don't know, man. I would think that he would have to tone down some too, but
I'm fine. I'm fine with him the way he is. You know what I'm saying? Like if this is your natural weight, and you know maybe losing weight is going to cost you some like of your power, or sometimes when people lose too much weight, they get tired because their body's just not used to not having that extra energy. You know what I'm saying? It's not like he doesn't work out. The dude's built like a fucking brick house. But I'm really hoping that the Knicks are given the frozen envelope that goes right to the bottom, and we can get that number one pick, and off we go. I'm actually hearing not rumors, but you know, Knicks fans rumors about, hey, we should trade that pick and get Anthony Davis. I'm like, why? Anthony Davis not in the playoffs now.
right,
Not in the playoffs now.
Not to mention he gets hurt all the time. Like, come on now, we don't need another guy like that. Like, I would only look, put it like this. I would only take him if we did not get the first pick. Then all options to me would be open for that pick. You know
I'm not really open to him because just because you don't get the first pick doesn't mean that you're not going to get value in any of the other picks after that. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's the obvious first pick. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? Olajuwon was the obvious first pick too, and then 2 picks later, guess who was there? You know what I'm saying? So I'm not saying that we have Michael Jordan in this draft, but it could be. And I don't want to be that GM that trades away a pick just to get some guy who's pretty much good now, when I can have a diamond in the rough who nobody expects to be this great. You know what I'm saying? Like, who knows what you got? You know what I'm saying? Nobody knew what they had when they had James Harden, and now James Harden is like
one of the top 5 players in the NBA.
Yeah, like when his career is finished, he's going to be one of the top shooting guards of all time.
Right. He's
you know what I'm saying?
Top
like
5 shooting guard of all time.
I kind of think he surpassed Wade, but the only way I can put Wade above him, and I don't mind if people put Wade above him, is because Wade plays better defense, like a lot better. He's one of the, you know what I'm saying? But Wade never got an MVP. Wade never did what this guy is doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, Wade led the league in points one time, and this guy right here, like, he's doing what Michael Jordan, like, he's doing numbers that Michael Jordan did. You know, like, that's crazy. 36 points a game and 8 assists. That's crazy number. Those are crazy numbers.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm with you. Like, some days I'll go back to thinking Wade is better. Some days I think Hart. Like, I give Wade the edge in most cases because of the defense. He's been an all defensive player most of his career. He's not to mention the fact that he's got 3 rings. That certainly helps. And he was a big part of all of them. So, you know, I don't know. I mean, Harden isn't as good in the playoffs. So, and Wade plays well in the playoffs. So I gotta give Wade. I gotta give it to Wade. Wade's an all-time great. Certainly at his position.
Yeah, Wade's got the rings. He's got 3 rings. I don't think Harden will ever win a ring. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's why I'll get over for Wade too, because Wade finds ways to win no matter who he's with. You know, so he was with Shaq, found a way to win. He's with LeBron, and you can't say, "Oh, everybody won with LeBron." No, everybody can't win with LeBron.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like it's easy. You know what I'm saying? Like,
or else LeBron would have won more.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? He won 2 with Wade. He won one other with Kyrie Irving, and it just so happens. Well, I'm not gonna make any excuses. He won it, so there you go.
Yeah. But yeah. What was we even talking about? How we got here? We started talking about. Oh, we were talking about Zion, right? But yeah. But going back to Zion, let's just do some hypotheticals and let's see. Let's say if he goes to Phoenix, how with Devin Booker and what's his name? What's the guy's name?
Devin Booker and DeAndre Ayton.
That I would say that's a nice. That's a nice line.
You got 2 guys to do the same thing, kind of. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got 2 big men who play down low. So, yeah, that would be nice. You know what I'm saying? Like, you'll have another twin. No, they're not really twin towers. They're not really that tall.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
You know what I'm saying? Like that.
Twin bullies, I guess.
I guess it will work.
I'm not
sure how it works in this league.
I think it could work because they don't play the same way. They're big and they're strong, but Ayton is more of a traditional post up guy, whereas Zion runs the floor and drives to the basket more than he just posts up. You know what I mean? He posts up too, but he doesn't. He's not just a back to the basket guy. He drives. He goes in transition. He can make plays with the ball. Like, he does a lot. So I think it could work. And then you got Devin Booker, who's just a beast of a shooting guard, who was a bad team right now.
And at that point, you would need a point guard. You know what I'm saying? They don't have a point guard at all. Not in their entire team.
Right.
That's why I think that they would be much better off if they just got Ja Morant.
Well,
if I'm Phoenix and you get okay, say you're the GM of Phoenix and you get the number 1 pick, you got Devin Booker, you got this guy. Like, I would pick Ja Morant. I would just have to, because I would just be like, all right, he's here, but like I'm like we need that point guard, and I just think that he's gonna be that guy for us. You know what I'm saying? Because this is our team. I think that we can. I think that we could do a lot better with Morant than we can do with Zion.
I think they'll be better served. I think you get the best player. Zion's the best player, and then maybe you get a point guard for free agency, like because I hear Mike Conley might be leaving. You sign Mike Conley.
Mike Conley is 33, 34 years old. You know what I'm saying?
I still think you got to take Zion.
At this point, I'm not just going to just draft Zion because I get number 1. If he doesn't fit my team, and if I got the number 1 pick of a guy who's already kind of doing what Zion's doing, is a big body guy, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to have 2 of the same type of players.
Whether you trade him if Zion proves to be what he is, but I just don't think you can pass up on Zion.
I'll probably do it. I'll probably pass him. I'll probably just give him Morant. And I think that they would be much better with Morant. You know what I'm saying? I think that if they have Morant, they have a complete team. Like him, who can shoot and score, he can pass. He doesn't take a lot of bad shots. And already Jerry West is saying he's the best player in the draft. But because Jerry West, he just likes point guards. But yeah, for them, I think that they should go with Morant. But okay, now if the Bulls got number 1 pick, they should definitely choose. They should most definitely choose Zion.
Well, to me, it's a foregone conclusion. I don't think anybody's gonna not choose him, even Phoenix. I don't think.
I'm talking about what they should and shouldn't do.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? The only team I think that should not draft Zion if they get the number 1 pick is Phoenix. That's it.
I don't think any GM, even Phoenix, can afford to not take him. He's too much of a star. You know what I mean?
If a GM was still Colangelo, then he'd be working for his father. So so he could do whatever the fuck he wanted.
Right, but I don't know. All right, now, Chicago. Yeah, Chicago takes Zion. Then they got him and marketing, and who else? You got
trade market. Trade market.
I like marketing though. I think he's a nice player. Like, he's pretty good. But problem is he was hurt like for most of the season, and like but I mean I think you could play him and Zion together. I think you could play them together.
I think you should trade market at that point. I think the combination would be Zion and Zach LaVine.
Oh yeah, I forgot they got Zach LaVine. No, I think that would be a nice lineup though. I think
they got somebody else too. Who else do they have in that team?
The point guard from Minnesota, maybe.
That's not who I'm thinking about. They have somebody else.
I don't know.
Well, forget about it. I know they have somebody else, but that, they'd be fine with having Zion. Who else? Cleveland. Cleveland needs anybody, and I'm tired of getting number 1 pick.
Yeah, I don't even want to talk about them because if they get number 1 pick, I'll be fucking pissed. I'm like, they don't deserve to keep getting it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like they got a bunch of power forwards over there already. But what does it matter?
Yeah.
Thompson trade him to LA. He wants to get people pregnant and leave him anyway. So, you know what I'm saying? He gets to be around his baby. You know what I'm saying? Like with Chloe. So him or Kevin Love. You know what I'm saying? They just signed to a big deal. I don't know why they did that.
I guess I understand why he did it because he probably thinking like this is the last big deal you're gonna get.
I don't know why they did it.
Right. Well, I was about to say I don't know why he did it. I'm like, well, that's why he did it. But yeah, as far as them, like I would have just traded him to be honest. I'd have just been like trade him and see if you can, just start rebuilding.
I think they're gonna try to rebuild around him, but I'm like, why? He's like 30 years old, 32.
Yeah.
But
I don't know.
He's not what he used to be. He's hurt all the time.
Is he 30? Is he 30 already?
He should be around 30 or something.
He's probably around 30.
Who else? The Knicks, of course. He fits in perfectly with our team because we don't have a power forward.
Simply put.
We do not have a power forward, so he fits in perfectly.
Who does Atlanta have?
Atlanta, they have somebody they just drafted.
Oh, they got Trae Young, but then after that, who do they have?
I'm talking about a power forward. They have a couple guys like John Collins doing nothing. You know what they need?
Yeah, they get Trae Young and Zion. That'd be crazy, right?
That'd be crazy. But you know what they need? They need another shooter out there.
Well, they need quite a bit. Like they weren't like they were somewhere in the middle of the pack this year in terms of record, but so like they weren't like close to making the playoffs or nothing like that, but they weren't nowhere near the worst team either. They started out that way, and then they somewhat like ended up having like close to 30 wins if I'm not mistaken. So they were. Like, whereas the Knicks, how many? We ended up with like 16 wins or something like that.
Yeah, like 16 wins.
It's pretty bad.
That's pretty much what we are right now. Atlanta, they still have Vince Carter on the team, so they have that. They have 20. They had 29 wins. Wow.
Yeah, I knew they was around 30 wins. Yeah, like they weren't bad.
No, Knicks had 17 wins. All right? 17. Not 16. 17.
Oh, 17 and what? 60 what? That's a lot of fucking losses. 60 losses.
Yeah, right now they have Trae Young, Vince Carter, John Collins, Kevin Huerter, Ken Bazemore, Torian Prince, Alex Len. I forgot about him. Justin Anderson, Dwayne Dedman, Jalen Adams, another point guard.
I don't know, like 90 of the people named.
Amari Spellman. They have nobodies.
Yeah, like who are these people?
Yeah, I
Like,
know.
yeah, they need a lot. So yeah, getting Zion and Trey Young would be a nice start though,
Yeah.
because Trey Young definitely came on strong. Uh, did we talk about Russell Wilson getting his contract? Did we talk about that?
No, we didn't talk about Russell Wilson getting his contract and laying up in bed with Sierra and making sex noises. And, like I really need to see that. Like,
Nah, but you know it's
okay.
crazy. Like I don't know what it is about Russell Wilson, but he doesn't get a lot of respect in within his own locker room. Like team, like the for one, I heard like players, before players, when the Legion of Boom was still there, they didn't give him much respect. And then now I'm still hearing that now, like the fact that he had to give like a deadline for his contract extension. Like, why wouldn't y'all want to sign Russell Wilson to an extension? Like, why would that be an issue? Like you get how many more quarterbacks are better? Like where are you gonna find a quarterback as good as Russell Wilson if you don't re-sign him? You're gonna start like treating him like Kirk Cousins and franchise tagging him? Like what? Like the fact that he had to even go to the point where he had to give a deadline, like was crazy. But I mean they ended up extending him for 140 million, 65 million,
140 million. So yes,
for 4
so
years.
so he's a top paid player in the league
Right.
until the next contract is up.
Until Pat Mahomes gets paid.
Well, it doesn't have to be Pat Mahomes. It's gonna be
Right.
somebody whoever. It's gonna be next somebody for next year.
Right, somebody
2 years
else.
from now.
Somebody else next year. Whoever's gonna be. Tom Brady might reconstruct his deal or something, but he never.
Tom Brady has never gotten paid more than $20 million.
Right, I know.
You know that?
Yeah, I know. I did know that. Like he never takes the most money. He always takes a pay cut. So, I mean, it helps when you
That's
got a
why he has 6
supermodel wife.
rings.
Yeah, and it helps when you got a supermodel wife. You can do that.
And he has a bunch of companies.
Right, he got
sell
a bunch of endorsements. Right.
yeah, a bunch of a Tom Brady company that sells a bunch of bullshit.
Yeah, but yeah, I don't understand why Russell Wilson doesn't get that much respect. It's always something with him. Like he's just as upstanding as any quarterback I've ever known. Like he's like, so I don't understand. Like there's no drama with him. He does everything he's supposed to do. He pulls wins out of his ass more than anybody, like as much as anybody in the league. So I don't understand. Like what the hell? Like before they were saying it was the defense, but it ain't the defense now because the defense ain't as good as it used to be. It's not bad, but it ain't as good as it used to be. It's not dominant. The running game's not dominant. He's carrying that team. So I don't understand why he doesn't get the respect that he deserves. But I don't know. It's just one of those things, I guess. I guess we could get ready to wrap it up if you got nothing else.
Yeah, I got nothing else this week. I want to thank the 79 people who downloaded our podcast this week, I guess.
Yeah, we got a nice little bump in the numbers.
Yeah, we got a little bump in the numbers. I don't know what's going on. Maybe the Russian trolls are back. But yeah, anyway, next week we'll talk about the draft. The draft is should be next weekend. The NFL draft. I'm not really concerned too much about it.
I know. Can we just fast forward to the NBA draft?
Yeah, that's the one I'm worried about right there. That's not until July.
Yeah.
So I really just want to see once we get the number 1 pick, then I'll be satisfied. Once we get that, I'm like, all right.
Right. Then it's like, all right, I ain't got nothing to worry about. That. But if we don't get the number 1 pick,
if we don't get number 1 pick, man, that would. Oh my god.
Yeah. Then it's just like we gotta worry all over again because it's like now. Not only who are we gonna get, or are they gonna live up to? Are they gonna be good enough to help us move forward? You know what I mean? So,
well, Kevin Durant was number 2 pick, so
yeah,
they have that.
But he was supposed to be good. Like John Morant's supposed to be good too. So if we draft him, I don't know. I mean, if we give RJ Barrett, I don't know. You know what I mean? But he's supposed to be good, but he's not. He's not supposed to be. I don't expect him to be that good. Like I expect Durant to be good. I expected Durant to be really good, but I don't expect much. I expect Durant to be probably the second best player in the draft, to be honest.
Well, I guess Culver actually went down in your book because of how he played in the
yeah, I'm a little worried.
Tournament.
Well, yeah, I'm starting to see why everybody's not as big on him as I was. But I would still take him.
Yeah,
But I don't know
I'll
if I
still
take him at number two.
If we get 3, then I'll take him.
Right.
If we get 2,
I'll take him at 4 or 5 for sure. But at 2, I think I'll still lean towards Morant.
yeah, 2. I'm thinking about Morant. But I'll think about also RJ Barrett.
yeah. Like, yeah, I don't know. At this point, it's like I do trust our management. I do trust Scott Perry and Steve Mills. I trust them, but it's just still it's gonna be a longer road to recovery if we don't get Zion. So,
but like if someone else gets Zion and he underperforms or he's not what everyone thinks he is, then I'll be a little bit happier.
That would make me so happy.
That would make me happy. And say if we get the Rookie of the Year, I'll be like, oh, okay, he's happy for a reason.
Right.
Say if we draft like R.J. Barrett and this dude's averaging like 25 points a game or some shit.
Because that's how I was looking with Porzingis. Like we ended up getting Porzingis. We didn't really want Porzingis, and then he turned out to be really damn good. But now we're back to good riddance to him. But still, like at the time, it's like, all right, the way D'Angelo Russell was playing, it was all right. Porzingis is better than him. Jahlil Okafor, Porzingis is way better than him. So it was like, all right, we got the right guy. You know what I mean? It was working out. So who was third? Because
I think that might have been my man from Boston, Tatum.
No,
it wasn't Tatum. That wasn't that draft.
No,
I don't remember that draft.
It was Okafor, Russell, and I forget. But anyway.
Oh, it was Lonzo Ball.
Oh, okay, Lonzo Ball. Oh, no, Lonzo Ball was number 2 then?
Yeah, it's number 2.
Alright, so it was... No, it couldn't have been, because Russell... that wasn't the same draft either. Because the Lakers got Russell. The Lakers got D'Angelo Russell.
He wasn't number 1. That was a couple years before.
But that wasn't the same draft. No, the same draft as Porzingis was D'Angelo Russell and Okafor. Wasn't Lonzo Ball.
Hold up, let me see. The 2015 draft. It was Karl Anthony Towns.
Oh, Karl Anthony Towns, okay.
Karl Anthony Towns, it was Russell.
Right. Towns, Russell, and Okafor was? Or Towns... Towns...
It's Towns, Russell, Okafor, Porzingis.
Oh, okay. All right.
Mario Hezonja, who's right after Porzingis. And Willie Cauley-Stein and Manuel Mudiay. How many motherfuckers do we have?
We got 2 of the cats from that top 6.
Yeah, Stanley Johnson, Frank Kaminsky, Justice Winslow, who I wanted. I'm glad we didn't get him.
Yeah, none of them ain't really doing shit. Kaminsky, Winslow, none of them. I don't even know who Stanley Johnson is.
It's a small forward from Detroit. Miles Turner, who's actually pretty good now.
Okay, yeah, Miles Turner. All right.
Some of these guys even play in the league, like Nikola Mosovic. He never played in the league. Oh, Larry Nash Jr. There you go.
He played in the finals.
There you go. So that's it.
All right, that's it for the show.
All right,
y'all. We'll catch y'all next week.